Hi, my name is Bill, and today I'm going to be showing you how to replace the blower wheel in your dryer. The reason why you might have to do this is because the blower wheel is cracked or damaged, because your dryer is taking too long to dry clothes, because your dryer is too hot, or because you're hearing a rumbling noise in your dryer. For this repair, we'll be using a small Phillips head screwdriver, a regular size Phillips head screwdriver, a 1/4 inch nut driver, a 5/16 inch nut driver, a pair of needle nose pliers, 2 hook tools, a flathead screwdriver, and a 1/4 inch socket with its adapter. Warning: before doing any repairs, please disconnect your power source. So this is our dryer that we're going to be using for this demonstration. It's a Maytag. Keep in mind your dryer might be a little bit different than what we've got here, but the same technique should still apply. The first thing you want to do is make sure you turn your gas off. So I'll be using a Phillips head screwdriver. And it's our little short stubby guy, because we're dealing with an awkward angle and not a lot of space. Now that we've got those screws off, we can tilt the front panel forward and those clips will come right out. And now we're going to carefully set this down. We've still got wires connecting the front bulkhead. So now all we're going to do is just unplug these 2 wires here. And we can set this bulkhead off to the side. Now we're just going to pull out the lint filter and set that off to the side for now. And now we've got to get to a couple more screws and unscrew them. They're going to be on the inside of the dryer though. And there's just on this side of the lint filter. And now we've just got one more screw in the middle, which is a Phillips head screw. There we go. And now we've got one more screw that's holding this on. So we're just going to remove these 2 screws here, and the whole entire piece should just come right off. So now we're going to remove the screws off to this side. And we're just holding this in place so it doesn't fall down. And now you also want to remove this blue wire here. And with all that off, we should be able to remove the front bulkhead. And we can just set that down off to the side. So this is our blower wheel right here. And in order to get that off, we're going to have to take this front cover off as well. So we'll start with all these wires here. So we'll just pull our wires right off. All you have to do is grab a hold of them and pull straight back. And now for these wires, make sure you take a picture or record yourself doing this so that you know where the wires go when you put them back on. There we go. There we go. Okay. And now I'll be using the 1/4 inch nut driver to get all these screws off. So with this screw right here, because it's at an angle and it's at the very bottom, we've got this piece of metal sticking up, stopping our nut driver from being able to get there. We'll try and use a ratchet. Unfortunately, because the ratchet's a little fat there, can't get that either. So what I've devised, we're going to take just a 1/4 inch with the extension on it, and we'll put that on top of the screw. And I've got a nice wide-headed flathead screwdriver, and what we're going to do is twist that, because we can get that in there at the angle. And once you got it loose, you can see right there the screw's coming loose a bit, and now we can just do the rest of the way by hand. So now we've got another one that's down low. This one we are able to get with our nut driver, but if you can't, you can use the same method we just used on that other screw in order to get it out. Now we just have to remove this last screw. In order to do that, we're going to be using our 5/16 nut driver. So now, if you pull this out, you might have a little bit of trouble because of the drum sitting on top. So just lift that up slightly, and that cover should come right off for you. So now we're going to use our needle nose pliers to take the clamp off. And we're just going to squeeze on the clamp and pull it straight back. And careful not to lose it. Now we need to remove this retaining ring. Now the proper tool to use for this would be some snap ring pliers. However, we don't have that. So you can use a flathead screwdriver and you can wedge that underneath in order to get this ring off. Or what we're going to do is we've got just two tools with pointy ends on them, just little hooks, and they fit nicely into those holes, and we can just pull the ring right off. So if you don't have the tool, there's a couple of different options for you. So now that we've got everything else off of the wheel, we can just simply pull it straight off. And there we go. So while we've got everything off, I'm also going to clean this out. Right now we have a very good opportunity just to get all this dust out and everything. This is actually one of the dirtiest parts of the dryer right here. As you can see, it because it sucks all that lint and everything down through here, and it blows all the air out that way. So whatever your filter doesn't catch will end up getting through here, and that's why we've got all this lint and everything here. So we'll clean that out here first before we put all of our new stuff in there. Now you can grab your new OEM replacement blower wheel. If you don't have one already, you can find one on our online store. So if you take a look at the shaft right here, there's a flat part, and so when you put the new blower wheel on, you're going to want to match up that flat part right there with the flat part on the shaft. And then it just slides right on, like so. So now we're going to take our retaining ring, and we're using our two hook tools and spreading them out, spreading apart the ring so it'll fit on the shaft there. But you just do that, make sure the ring's pushed all the way down, and it'll come back together, and then it'll spin just like that in that hole that it's in. Now we've got a clamp again, and we're just going to use our needle nose pliers and spread the clamp as much as we can and just slide it right on. So now the clamp is securely in place, and you can check, spin this around a little bit and test it and make sure it's nice and tight in there. Now we'll put the front cover plate back on, and all we're going to do is just line up all the holes. And once you've got all the holes lined up, you can screw everything back in. So now we're going to put this other screw in. This one's going to be the difficult one. We're just going to use the socket, and we're going to screw it in by hand as much as we can. Just give it one last twist with the big screwdriver, and it's nice and tight in there now. And the last screw right in the bottom here. Okay. And now we can reattach all the wires. So now we're going to put all the wires back in place. So the gray ones were over here. And then we had this double purple on the bottom, and this other purple on this side. The white one was on this side, and the red one was up top. So you can line up your duct assembly with the blower here, and that plastic will actually go on the inside. That'll help you with lining everything up. And once you do that, just lift up on the tub a little bit, and everything else should line up nicely for you. So we've got these little tabs here, and that'll help you with lining everything up. You're just going to want to slide the tab into that bigger hole, and once we do that, we'll screw it back on. And now we'll plug the blue wire back in here. And now I'll screw these screws back in on the inside of the duct assembly. Now I can put the filter back in. And now we can hook the wires back up. So we're just going to make sure that we've got the wires in the same arrangement that they were before. Yellow goes on this side, and the blue one goes on this side. Okay. Now go back to the front. And now we're going to want to put the front panel back into place. To do that, we're going to just do the opposite of what we did to take it off. We're going to pick it up and angle it a bit and just tilt it back until you hear both of those clips snap into place. Then you should be able to close it up. And now we can screw the bottom back in. So you're just going to want to make sure your panel's pushed in all the way. And once you do that, you should be able to get your screw started in the hole. There we go. And now we can just screw it back in. There we go. And once that's screwed in, you can plug everything else back in and your repair is complete. And now we can turn our gas back on. Finally, don't forget to plug in your appliance. If you need to replace any parts for your appliances, you can find an OEM replacement part on our website, PCApplianceRepair.com. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like, comment, and share our video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us make more videos just like these for you to watch for free.